So this is a Arduino project that uses a sound sensor module to turn on an LED every time a sound is made. So what you're going to need for this project is a sound sensor module, a few color-coded wires. I used 5, and an LED, breadboard, and transistor, along with the actual Arduino. So for the sound sensor module, I plugged a blue, green, and orange wire into the left components, and I plugged the blue wire on the far left into the it's kind of hard to see here, but number 2 right there. I plugged the middle wire, the green one, into the 3.3 volt, and I plugged the orange one, the far right, but not the far right of the sound sensor module, but the third from the left. I plugged that orange wire into ground. Now coming over to the breadboard, here is the placement of my LED along with my transistor. And for the LED here, the long head is on the right side. And then as you can see, that's where my black and red wire is. And then I plugged the black wire into ground and the red wire into number 11 right there. So that is how you set up for the project. Now we are looking at the code for the project, and this is available on my Github, which I will link in the description. But first you got the sensor and the LED. Then we got the Boolean, whether it's on or off. We first set it to false, and then we set the count to 0. This code here, this first line is setting the pin to input for reading data, and the second one here is setting the pin to output for turning the LED on or off. Now when we actually get into the main code, this first line here, we're reading data from the sensor and storing it in a variable, and if the data equals 1, 1 is sent from the sensor when a loud noise is detected. For example, if I clap, and then if I make a noise, the count goes up by 1, and if the count modulus 2, and if that equals 0, then the light will turn on, and if it doesn't, then the light will turn off. So this is basically just saying every time count goes up by 1, it either turns on or off, depending if count mod 2 equals 0. Now we're going to go back and see how the project works after implementing the code. We have now used Arduino IDE on my laptop and plugged it into the Arduino. As you can see, it's the same as we left it. This light's on, and I forgot to mention while setting this up, but the screw on top of the sound module, you may have to adjust it to make it sensitive enough. Turning it counterclockwise, well, what you want to do is, if the light is showing on the right, not that light on the left side there, but on the right, if the right one is on, then you want to twist it counterclockwise till it turns off, and just when it turns off, so it's sensitive enough. But now we have it running right now, and I'm gonna set this down, and if I clap, the light will turn on. Oops. Or make a sound like that, that'll work too. But can't seem to set my phone up anywhere. Okay, so if I clap, it'll turn off. And it is kind of sensitive, so it doesn't work 100% of the time. But if I clap again, it'll turn on, off, and back on. And you can see I should probably mess with the screw on top of the sensor a little bit more, because it is flashing every time I clap. Not every time, but sometimes. So changing that or adjusting it will help it so it doesn't flash like that. But yeah, that's the end of the project. Hope you guys enjoyed.